I've been eating my this O blood type diet for 25 plus years, and it just works for me. It feels good. I have lots of energy. I'm just as hyper as I was when I was 23. And all my ladies were like, "You're gonna pay someday," and I'm like, "No, I'm not. I'm gonna be like this forever." And I am.
Right.
Because I believe in this. This is maybe that's it. Maybe it's just believing, but I eat for my blood type, and I try to grow my own vegetables, and I hunt my own meat, and I try to fight the system any way I can.
Right. I know. And
Rebel.
that's what I've always loved about you. You were always ahead of the game in things and knew stuff about nutrients. And even though I always ate really healthy, I didn't educate myself very much. I just kind of listened to friends or, what I would read here and there. I mean, I took nutrition in college, but I always joke I fell asleep through it. But I'm super concerned. I'm really listening to you because of how I have been giving a lot of the food to my son because I'm a mom and groceries are so expensive right now. So the high vibrational food I'm giving to Ian so he can heal. And I am eating the protein shakes. I'm eating a little bit of eggs and yogurt, and I try and get my protein in.
Processed.
But like if there isn't enough meat, I give it to him. And so I think that's wonderful of me. Yay, that I'm doing my job as a mom, but I admit that I'm a little fearful for my health, not just from this conversation. I've been thinking about it since I've been in this situation with him for 6 months because we all know how expensive groceries are, and a person can only budget so much. So do you have any suggestions on how I could possibly keep that vibrational food going? Like lemons, I buy avocados, salads, potatoes. Do you think I'm still on the right track of keeping myself healthy? It's just I'm eating so much processed protein drinks, to get my protein in. So I'm a little worried. Is there a way I could shift that without breaking the bank?
Yeah, because it'll catch up to you. That'll catch up to you, and it'll start being a problem, and it'll be a, who knows how it'll come out of your body. I don't know. They have 3D printers now. You can print your own meat.
I know, right? I mean, it's just I went through a series of like where I was having like hives and skin disorders, and I've been under a huge amount of stress because of my personal life, my business too, in a way, because I'm trying to get my side hustle going. Yeah. So I thought a lot of it was stress, right? And that's common with any kind of skin disorder or anything. But I started to get nervous because of what we were talking about right now. I was like, oh my God, I'm not eating good. I've got to eat more of what Ian's eating. And it's not just about breaking the bank. Sometimes when I'm because I cook all the time, I get sick of it. Like I don't really want the food that I'm cooking, oddly enough. So I think what you're telling us is just stay away from
slow cooker meals.
Yeah, those are affordable too, because then I can get more like stew meat. You know what I mean?
Roast,
stuff like
potatoes, carrots. You got leftovers. Yeah, that's the first thing that comes to mind is just doing, a whole chicken with, some potatoes and carrots or, onions. That's going to go
I appreciate that. Yeah, you're right. And it's affordable. Like I can have my own food.
Raise a couple meat chickens in your backyard.
Right? Or in Virginia Beach. Nobody will get mad. I wish I could. But they're a lot of work. You'll be able to tell people. Sheri's always had a bunch of chickens and a big old, she's been like this for years. She's had a garden as long as I've known her. She's been telling me I'm going to have to eat off the land for years before it was even, she was a prepper before a prepper was popular.
You brought it up, Sheridan. I
still got food in Mylar bags they still got 15.
What
What's that?
about the floods? The floods that you brought up. The floods going on now. There's floods everywhere. Texas, Florida, the New York subways, Virginia,
Ironic,
parts of
isn't
Carolina
it, that
were
it's
flooded.
happening? It's ironic that it's happening like that all over the place. Did you
Did-
see the new cloud seeding guy, Augustus? Yeah, I
I
think
did not see him, but
Oh,
I'm in
so
complete thoughts. There is something weird going on.
you got to look him
Well, how
up.
about this? Have you all heard about the mass migration of the bobcats out of Yosemite Park? And then a couple days later, all
And
the
the
grizzly bears
bears.
walked out too.
Yes.
They would just walk
Yeah, it's
out of
gonna
the
blow,
park.
man. Yosemite's gonna
Yeah,
blow.
yeah. And like herds, like bears don't travel in herds. And you can see them on video.
Yep.
And one, it almost looked like the old frontier of all the bison walking across the plains.
You're kidding
That's
me.
how many bears were together.
Oh my God. I just
walking
got.
Have you ever heard of
Crazy.
Alaska Skywatch?
I have not.
Yeah.
Do we need to?
Yeah. Fill us up a little bit.
Well, it's just another factor. I was it's been really weird here in Wisconsin. There's been rain every night, but my garden's dry AF. And
Wow.
and I videotaped the storm, you guys. I videotaped the storm, and I should send it to you, Steve, because I think you'd be intrigued by it. It's a weird thing. It doesn't look like a regular old-fashioned thunderstorm. It looks like somebody has a cursor on a computer, like on a mouse, and wherever this dot goes. And I did not see this when I was recording. But I was like, this is a really weird lightning storm. And I took pictures, and I'm telling you, I've sent it to several people, and they're like, what the F? Because it looks like somebody's got a cursor going, and wherever the cursor touches, that's where an eruption happens.
What?
Yeah,
And then you can see these fireballs going across
that's interesting.
there's some weird stuff going on.
Only because when I
And
look
then,
at the
they're
sky
not
now,
going to tell you on the news.
but when I look at the sky now and I see some of these storms that we're having weird ones. We're having like little, very isolated storms, but the clouds just look so strange compared to like what I've seen growing up. And I get it, you get some pretty cool clouds and skies at times.
It's been going on for a couple of summers.
Especially around here at Chicks Beach. I mean, you get
Yeah.
a beautiful sunset on the beach. You get some really cool
sunsets.
But these clouds are definitely weird. And how about this? He mentioned a lightning strike. There was a lightning strike to a sewage plant at the river. About 2 sewage plants have had this happen, where
That's right.
a lightning strike has hit it, and wastewater has gone into the James River, which is a major trip. Even the James River is the biggest river in Virginia for the most part. Feeds right into the Chesapeake Bay, and they'll tell you they've lost only 400,000 gallons or 1 million gallons or whatever, but who knows
Only
what they really lose.
Ew.
But that's gross. So
isn't that
we have,
convenient? They just
Karen, a
started
big
on fire
old
at the same time.
we have a big old poop trail coming down our way to Chicks Beach here soon, because it feeds out. I mean,
no. Get your house in order.
When I lived in Minnesota, I got to spend a lot of time with the Native Americans, and anybody who knows me knows I love them. Like, I love their beliefs. I love how they think. And maybe that's my love for the food, the vibration. I believe in all that because they believed in all that. And they were here first. And the Aborigines were first in Australia. And a lot of their beliefs are the same of the Native Americans. And there was no telephones. There wasn't toucans and some string long enough for these two people to talk and have the same beliefs about food and what was going to happen to the earth as it moved on. And then I'm a Christian, so I've studied lately my own religion. I've even studied Buddhism and stuff like that. And guess what? Everybody says the same thing about food, the vibration, the care that we need to have for the earth. And we have not really upheld our end of the bargain of that. And so there's no lie to there's going to be repercussions for that. And so that I've been very, very healthy through my life, and I've had some filthy habits. You know, I liked to smoke cigarettes. I drank too much. I even indulged in harder drugs and chemicals, and I've come out very, very healthy. So I'm very grateful that God took care, and I feel like because I took care of my body too, other than that, I guess, but this processed food that I'm eating, and I'm really tired lately. So I was going to go and give in. Now I'm done with menopause, and I'm like, okay, do I get my hormones? But just felt like I got the answer, like God was speaking to me through this podcast, and he was saying, you already have been worried about what you're saying. You know, I've already been worried about my food intake, and you're just confirming what I need to do. And I think struggling, maybe not with the same scenario as mine. Obviously, I'm giving all my food to a healing child who's not a child. He's a grown adult, so he eats a lot. I joke, it's like having Jabba the Hutt up there. He's like, I'm hungry. I'm feeding him because I want him to heal, and I am feeding him like avocados, a lot of red meat, you know, that tendon kind of meat to build his tendons back, build his muscle back. But they might be struggling financially, and I like how you said crock pot meals. I love you, Sheri. I love you for so many reasons, but I definitely love you for your knowledge on how to eat healthy no matter what. And I promise I'll give the floor back to you. I want to say, you talked about the canned food. I had one of my clients move to Texas, and she was running around getting ready to go to the food bank, and she had all her canned goods. And I tried, and I'll do it for you. You know how it's like when you're moving, you know, one more thing. And this food has been in my car for like a week. It's been 2 weeks, easy. And I'm thinking, oh my God, this canned food is in my car in the heat. Do I just throw it away? I don't want my homeless friends.
It's already dead.
Yeah.
I don't want my homeless friends eating terrible food on top of it. Their situation is already bad enough. I'm trying to help them.
Yeah.
So I'm going to just dump it in the trash. Is that what you suspect? Okay. I will, because it does make you think about canned. Okay, now I eat canned beans every week. Is that worthless? No vibration, you said. Yeah.
It doesn't have any vibrational value. Nutrition wise, sure, you'll get a couple grams of protein, a lot of carbs, lots of sugar.
Oh, wow.
Unless you're eating black beans, then there's no sugar.
I am eating black beans,
reduced, which turns into sugar, which
reduced sodium.
Sugar, but ew.
You lagged out for a second, just for a second. So you just don't like anything in a can. How do I make black beans?
Like tuna fish in a can, right?
Get them dried. Get them dried in a bag, and then you just soak them and cook them yourself. Well, beans you got to soak, and then you got to.
It's only a little bit more work.
Right.
What about waves?
But you could do it in batches. Megahertz. What's that?
How do you feel about a microwave? And you talk about the vibration and all that. Does that get any kind of goodness out of food as well?
I think microwaves are extremely dangerous. I think that, well, not dangerous. I just think they pose a danger. And I think they do zap some of the nutritional value. Actually, I think it's radiation. It's radiating our food. So no, I think, and then if you're cooking it in plastic,
well, because
if you're microwaving it in a plastic bin, then you're gonna get,
oh yeah, gross.
Yeah, you're gonna get, it's gonna leach in.
Because I don't do that. but I do use the microwave more than I want to admit for the potatoes, which is stupid. I should just boil a lot of potatoes. What a dummy. Oh, I hope I'm not hurting you, my son.
You can boil them. Yeah, you could.
That's when I pray to God. I'm like, I mean well. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Pray to
Well,
God. Please forgive my.
Let me finish with the outside, okay? So we talked about the blood, the inside. We talked about the food that goes in your mouth and into your body. Let's talk about what you're wearing on the outside. So clothing, fabric has a vibration. I'll end with this. Clothing has vibrations as well and can actually, soft fabrics are going to be linen, wool, cotton, hemp, ramie. And then the ones you want to avoid, which zap your energy, they're going to lower your megahertz, is polyester, nylon, acrylic, spandex, triacetate, polypropylene. Those things all have like 10 to 30 hertz, where linen has 5,000 hertz. So if you really want to take care of yourself, you'll start thinking about what am I putting in my body. I started this new thing for candida because I've been eating a lot of sugar. I love this licorice, these little licorice. I don't know, they're coming in a pack, but I've been eating more sugar than I like. So I found this recipe where you do a half a key lime pie, some iodized salt, the stuff with iodine, the potassium iodide that you need. And then some cayenne, some olive oil, and I'm doing a shot of that because I feel like the candida is kind of taken over my stomach. So if we can put good food in there, kind of think about what we're going to take out, and then think about what you're buying too. Are you buying the Lululemon polyester triacetates that don't let your body breathe and zap your energy? Or will you settle for the linen or the cotton workout pants? I mean, it's a choice. We have to make choices every day. So just remember that too. I mean, it's, the microwave you use, where you shop for your groceries. I mean, there's lots of farmers markets right now. I want to encourage everybody to go out, visit your local farmers market. They're starting to get their vegetables going now, the tomatoes, the cucumbers, and just start being mindful of, what's going on around you. There's an agenda. There's an agenda in the world, and it is not God's agenda for you. God's agenda is for you to have food and where you can look all this up in the Bible too. I mean, he tells you to wear linen in the Bible. Daniel and his brothers were kidnapped and brought to Egypt, and they were forced to eat the king's food. And one day Daniel said, hey, listen, this food's not really working for us. Do you mind if we go back to our diet? And his eunuch was like, well, the king's not really going to like that. I mean, how dare you not eat the king's food? And Daniel was just give us 10 days. And so the eunuch finally agreed to give Daniel and his friends 10 days on their own diet. And at the end of 10 days, what did you think David was eating? Daniel was eating. He was eating vegetables and fruit and lamb and, the stuff that they ate back then. And the eunuch saw that in 10 days, Daniel's health had improved from when he was eating the king's food. So I say this to you because you should avoid the king's food and eat what God gave you, what God gives you in the dirt. And I know it's hard to grow it yourself. I'm a big garden freak. So, but you can do it in containers. You can do it at your kitchen sink. You can put herbs in little jars at the kitchen sink by a window and just pluck a few when you're cooking. That's going to raise them. You are loved, and you are not meant to live a life of fibromyalgia and heart disease. And find out what works for you and take care of yourself inside and outside. And that's my break for this, take care of yourself.
Well, it does make me think about being in the fitness industry. It is really hard to wear any other clothing.
Spandex. Yep.
Like maybe not spandex, but I guess I do have an element of spandex in these tights, don't I? I think they're cottony, but there's definitely spandex in them. So I wear mostly Athleta stuff. I think there's a high bit of cotton, but maybe not because they don't really shrink. So it might be polyester, but that's very, but linen, nothing feels better than linen. It's just for rich people, isn't it?
Right.
Like, I've never had the luck of having
spend the day at the golf course.
Huh?
You're gonna spend the day at the club.
Yeah, like linen wasn't in my wheelhouse because I couldn't really afford it.
You figure back in the day,
but I think there's ways.
Just being mindful.
Right. I guess you're right. It is just about that. Well, I appreciate you taking the time and teaching us. Right. Rebellion. I know that's you. That's you, Sheridan G. That's you. That's what I love about you. We've been friends forever. But the reason why I wanted to bring you on is I really wanted to hear about the blood type diet and the vibration that I find interesting. Like there was a crow that was so close to me today. Like he wouldn't leave, and I have some things going on in my life. So darn well, I'm going to look up what does it mean to see a crow in different. It could just be that he was just nearby and talking to me. I haven't yet. I've been working all day, but I'm going to. I am, and I always everything is always so special to the Native Americans. Like if I would have said to a Native American, "Oh, I saw a crow today. It was very close," he'd be like, "Oh, that's so." Going to them for stuff, or I saw an albino deer. Oh, that's so special. Like the natives really find the glory in nature, and it's wonderful. I love that. So I will let you get back to your life. I appreciate you taking the time out and teaching us. Crockpot is where I'm going to think of for myself, and that'll be a great addition to my diet. And think about linen.
Real quick, Sheridan, frequency wise, higher frequency the better, correct? So if I want to eat just ground beef, am I better off getting like the steer or just the plain old cow? Is there a difference in frequencies with those two? I feel like the more energetic steer would be the way to go, right?
Come on, let's not go into what is that. Oh no, you did not. Maybe it'll be a little bit. You never know. Could depends on what lifestyle the cow had before. Was it hanging out in a barn or was it free range? I think free range tastes better.
Right.
I'm guessing it had a higher frequency.
That's cool.
Right. Totally.
All right. Thanks a lot.
Thank you.
We'll go ahead and cue up your song.
See you guys.
Sharon. Let's go ahead and
see you, Sheri. I appreciate you. That was good. There's a lot to learn. Like I believe in every little bit of
bars over here. It did lag a bit.
Did you hear me okay?
I think that was on her. Yeah. I'm pretty sure that's definitely coming from that section of the country.
Well, she's in Wisconsin, in the hills, in the countryside.
Coming through all the crazy storms, too.
Yeah.
It's nothing but rain between here and Wisconsin.
That's really cool. Thanks, Steve.
All right, Sizzle. Good job. We'll see you next week.
See you next week.